Hello, everyone. I'm back. Yo, what a time. What a time. I've been meaning to record an episode, a solo episode, for the last 2 months, I want to say at this point. And then it just, everything was happening. And then now I am here. And now it's September. The last time that I picked up the mic was before I left for Jersey, I think, which was July, before July 4th. So, end of June. So, we have a lot to catch up on because literally so much has happened. And obviously, I'm sure you've noticed that there's been changes that have been made because who would I be if I didn't disappear for a while and come back and have the urge to change everything? I just feel like it's just like a part of my brand now at this point. It's just a part of my brand. It's just who I am. It's just what we're doing. And so, honestly, I mean, originally, my way back in the day plan was to like have a Leo season episode, which now we're in Virgo season. So, I really just want to dedicate this episode to myself. I want to dedicate this episode to myself, and talk about where the fuck I've been. Episode's called Where You've Been, Loca, and I really just want to touch on what the summer was for me, what I've been moving through, where I am now, and kind of just give y'all an inside scoop of like what's been happening in the back burner. Because honestly, it's been a lot. I've said this, I want to say multiple times now at this point. Yeah, I've said this multiple times. Where this year just I'm in a 9 year. And let me tell you, when you get to your 9 year, what a doozy. What a doozy it is. And I mean, it's all with purpose, right? 9 years, all about basically like ending a 9 year cycle of your life, right? So you're basically in 1 year reliving an entire almost 10-year journey. So for me, going all the way back to 21 years old and reliving all of the shit that happened from 21 to now and healing and forgiving yourself and witnessing what's changed, what we need to reclaim. So, this entire year from the get go, from the beginning, from January 1st, it already, it's been hard. It's just been really hard on me. And I feel like throughout the year, I've kept trying to get myself back on track, get my business on track, like just keep operating as business as normal. And it just really, it just really was not happening. And so the last time I picked up a mic, as I said, it was right before I left for Jersey, but I honestly want to back up even further. I want to back up to May because May, I was in the middle of a launch, if y'all remember, surviving your Saturn return. Well, that was the master class. Gosh, haven't done one of those in a while. We're changing how we do things here. Unafraid. As I'm like, girl, this was on your vision board. I've updated my vision board. Oh, so much just happened. Okay. Yeah, so if y'all want to, let's start here. If y'all want to get comfy, if y'all want to grab a beverage, and let's just take a moment. Let's sit. I have a different background setup. Virgo season had me rearrange the entire studio, and it looks so good. And I'm just so happy that I can sit here at my desk and just record and record on Zoom. God, I just there's just been so much. Okay. But anyway, let's get comfortable. I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm taking you on a journey of what these last couple months have been to get to where I am now. And it's going to be fun because there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of updates, and I just this is my space and I'm just going to talk about it. And I'm just going to be really open and I'm going to be really honest in a way that I think sometimes in this spiritual community, especially like as an entrepreneur in the spiritual community, isn't really talked about a lot. And so I'm just going to lay it all out there. And so grab a beverage, get comfortable. Whether you're watching me on YouTube or you're listening to me, because we're about to go on a journey together. And it's going to start in May. I was in a launch about something that I was really excited about. And to this day, I still think it's an incredible idea. I still think it is a really, really incredible idea. However, I was moving through this launch, I was doing the master class, I was setting up challenges, I was putting together content, I was doing all the stuff, right? The stuff that you do during a launch. And I could just feel in my bones that this is not the format that I want to like operate in my business with, meaning doing live launches that like start on a certain date, that meet every single week at this certain time. As a projector, I think what I've been really coming to terms with is like my natural gift for efficiency and my natural gift for depth. And I kind of been talking about, I want to say maybe in March, I had the realization to be like, I keep trying to mirror my success to other people's successes. Does that make sense? Like I see other people's success and I'm like, ooh, I want that. And so I started like collecting. I started collecting modalities and courses and coaches and all these different things, right? I started collecting because for whatever reason, um, core wounding is the reason. Core wounding is the reason. But for whatever reason, LOL, for whatever reason, my initial set of gifts, my natural strengths, the things that I know that I am so good at, I did not deem as enough, right? And so when I'm in this launch now that this formula was given to me by other coaches, this is how it's done, this is how people do it, yada yada. I get this intuitive hit. I'm literally like on my floor, just with my Oracle deck, being like, all right, y'all, like, give it to me straight. Like, in my body, I feel so uncomfortable. And it's like, Meg, enough. We're going to need you to put this down. and just stop for a minute. And I'm like, okay. I have some like retreats planned in May. So I'm like, I'm going to just take the rest of May off. Haven't done that in a while. Literally since I left corporate. Don't think I've ever taken like a true like time away from my business in like a because even when I would travel, I was still posting content and making content and talking about my stuff every day. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go and enjoy my life for these next 2 weeks. I go to these incredible retreats. I meet incredible women. I hear amazing talks, truly. Like to this day, I went to Suzanne Adams' retreat, Quantum Leadership Summit, I think it was called, in Laguna Beach. And it was one of those things, like, I didn't even know who that girl was. But she like um Danielle Page, if y'all know Danielle Page, she's a pretty well-known astrologer, was speaking at she was like a keynote speaker. And I got her newsletter for it, and I was like, oh, I can drive to that. And it was just like this intuitive hit. And I was just like, I'm just going to go. I met a soul sister while I was there. And some of the things that Suzanne said truly, I mean, I still refer to them to this day. It was really, really powerful. And I'm honestly still integrating it. Like, and I think that's the funny, I think that's one of my biggest lessons that I think I've learned. It's like, I think, like, I love moving so fast. I've always worked in restaurants, multiple jobs at once throughout college. Like I'm a fast-paced girl. I lived in New York, okay? Like I I realize I like to move and I think I'm integrating, but I'm not. Or like it just the integration is just still happening. And so I'm listening to these incredible speakers and I'm learning a lot and I'm feeling a lot in my body. And I come back from this retreat and I'm like, okay, ground running. Let's go. I jump on my podcast and y'all saw me put like a bunch of episodes. That's when the cosmic design really started to take off. And um, I was really just like marketing myself and putting myself out there as, the astrology human design girly, as I've always been, but, a little bit more in the forefront. And then now we're in July. And July starts now a 2 week trip back east. I haven't had I did 1 week down the shore with my family. And then I went to Philly to be with my brother. And then I went to New York City to stay with my old roommate and see some old friends. I haven't had a trip like that in a really long time. I don't think we didn't went down the shore last year because we bought the house. And, right, those that know, when you buy a house, all your money goes away. Also, I decided to leave my corporate job. So, it's just it's all happening. But this trip back east really activated a lot within me. I was back in like my old stomping grounds. Like, especially like I haven't been to New York for fun in a really long time. The last time I was there was for a wedding, and it was like Jason's friend's wedding. So, it's I'm not in my old stomping grounds. I'm not seeing my people. And so to be in two places that being down the shore where I'm at like my family childhood home, vacation home, like grandpa bought that in 1999. Like I grew up in that house. Um, grew up with that house. And then being in New York, I'm also reading a lot of Emily Henry at this point. This is also my summer of Sarah J. Maas. Um, because oh, that's right. I'm reading Throne of Glass, but when we were going on this 2 week trip, it was about to start the tandem read. So my Throne of Glass girlies know there's two books. I think it's the sixth and seventh book that happen at the same time, so you can read them together. But I'm like, I'm traveling back east. Like, I can't bring two books, thicker books with me. So, like, especially because I was still also, I forget, I was finishing the sixth one and I thought maybe I was going to have to bring Queen of Shadows with me. So I was like, I can't bring all three. So, like, I'm going to bring Queen of Shadows and I'll bring something else. I wound up finishing Queen of Shadows before I left. Sorry. This is going to be a chaotic episode. But like, trust the process, trust the journey. Welcome to like the inner workings of my mind, honestly. Anyway, this trip just kind of sends me on this like existential crisis journey in a way where like I realized I really missed the world. Being an entrepreneur that is mostly online can just get really lonely and really isolating. And, we glorify being our own boss and we glorify leaving the 9 to 5. But I'm not gonna lie, I was in New York and I'm seeing old friends and I just realized that I missed people. Like I really missed people. I missed the world. I miss, as much as I love my studio and I love my little cave that I created, my little sanctuary. There was a part of me that got really sad, remembering also who I was in New York. Again, this is very 9 year uh of like all this healing. Remembering who I was in New York, right? Moved to New York when I was 25. Um and what I was doing and just like the person I was. She had so much confidence. There was other parts that weren't obviously great. So, I know sometimes you love to romanticize, but I felt really good about what I was doing. I felt really good about my relationships and my friendships, and I felt really good about my direction in life. And I can't say I've felt the most confident. Ah, Roadrunner. It's a sign. I can't say I felt the most confident in this entrepreneurship journey. I've invested a lot of money. I've invested in so much in education, in coaching, in classes, in courses, in healing, so much, right? And my confidence with it all, feeling so much pressure every day when it's crickets, when I'm not making a sale, when that Instagram post didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, right? And I'm talking to Jason as much as I can, right? I'm talking to my friends as much as I can. But at the end of the day, it just still felt like it was all on me, right? And this is my only source of income. And so it's fucking scary. And it's really fucking hard. And, Jason's in Aquarius and in LA, he had a shit ton of fucking friends. And I also had a shit ton of friends in LA, and I had a bunch of friends in New York. And I, while I was there, I just felt, I was like, wow, like, did I just take like two very extroverted people and like move us and isolate ourselves in the middle of nowhere? Like, what? Even though I love it here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I became very conflicted about my direction and about where things were going. And I love the work that I do. I love the work that I do. When I get off a call with my clients, gosh, I mean, even the client that I have right now, like, I'm just so in awe of her and how much she has grown. She's been with me since March, April, April. I want to say April. And like the progress that she has made and the things that we've built together has just been like, it makes my heart absolutely soar. I love being in the work. What I don't love is writing to sell, writing to prove. And I feel like it completely stunted me, like in my creativity and in my growth and just like my confidence in general. I felt like every day with crickets was just like chipping away at my self-esteem, at my mental health, like everything was just hard. And I was starting to question everything and like what I really wanted, right? It's like, okay, I love this work so much, but like, what's happening? Like, why isn't this happening the way that I thought it was going to happen? And why, like, was I just completely delusional? But I know I'm not making any of this up. So what's happening? And so that trip really had me just take a moment to reflect. One, it was 2 weeks. That was a long fucking trip. And then, of course, and a week to like decompress after that. Because when you get older, you do not realize what even like travel does to you. Like, I feel like I used to be able to bounce back, I feel like so much quicker. Now it's like even going somewhere for a weekend, let alone 2 weeks. Like when I was gone for 2 weeks, I needed a full week. Even when I was gone, I'll get to this. When I was gone in August, I was gone for 5 days. I needed a full week to like come back to myself. I don't know what it is. I'm working on building my capacity. But anyway, that trip activated a lot in me, and it really got me questioning what my work is and how I want to show up and operate in my own business and stop comparing myself and mirroring myself and my business to other people's just because they are projecting the appearance of success. And I want to just pause on that because I think it's really important about the appearance of success because you truly never know what is going on behind behind the curtain. Because people I remember sharing with my friend like just like I was having such a hard time and she was like, "Oh my God, like I had no idea. Like it on Instagram you genuinely look like you're killing it." And I'm like, "I know how to put on a good show." My Gemini moon, my Leo ass. knows how to put on a good show. And so me even recognizing that within myself really sent me into this deep place. And now I am, and like truly like my only reprieve, like my sense of joy and like where my energy went was Throne of Glass. This is a book series, by the way, for those that that don't know, by Sarah J. Maas. Throne of Glass changed me. It also reconnected me with my longtime friend. I mean, we've always been in touch, of course, but we just decided to read these books together. And we've always mirrored. I'm sure you all have a friend like this. I truly believe this is a universal experience. But I believe that we all have like one friend that for though like you might live very different lives, your lives, the experience of your lives still somehow are like parallel to each other. So like I'm going through an existential crisis, she's also going through her own crisis as well. And so we really I'm just so grateful that these books were able to support the two of us. And we literally talked every single day and still do. And really just lost ourselves in the story. And I really, 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 really needed it. I also needed a main character like Aelin in my life in this period of life that I'm in. And so I finished the tandem read and literally I like don't know what to do with myself. I create literally like I think honestly one of the best things I've ever created in my life. Where I took every single song that I purchased on iTunes that still lives on my phone, but I created a Spotify playlist. So like think so for me, this is think circa 2005 to like 2012. I called it, you can literally find it on Spotify. It's called Peak Nostalgia with a flame emoji. Literally, that playlist brought me to the gym. It brought me, like, I'm now a treadmill strutter. And it, like, truly, again, just ignited some creativity for me in a place and in a time where I felt so lack thereof when it came to creation and my identity and all of it feeling so foreign. That was another thing. It's like, oh my God, I have this business and I like want it like, and I want to make money and I want to do all this stuff. And I'm like, for months, I kept saying it over. I'm like, I just don't even know what I'm selling anymore. I don't even know what I'm selling anymore. I feel like I've pivoted so many times and I've tried so many different things. I've like completely lost like what it is, like what it is that I'm doing anymore, which is wild. Like it's a very humbling, it's a very humbling experience. And so I really let myself feel that. So now we're in August, Leo season, my favorite season. But I'm not gonna lie, with the astrology that we had this Leo season, I don't know about y'all, but this Leo season was hard for me, like the rest of the year was. But not that it was hard, it just did not hit the same for me compared to other Leo seasons in the past. We had a shit ton of planets in retrograde plus Mercury. So it was just, I feel like it was just more of an intense time than a normal, like fun loving inner child play Leo season tends to be. So we go up on my birthday, and I'm a girl that loves her birthday. I really do. Because I believe your birthday is so special. It's literally the day that you were born. Your soul decided to come into this earth and choose this exact moment and this exact day to be here. And it's so fleeting because you only turn the year that you're turning once, and you're never going to get it again as you, as this person in this reality, as a little asterisk. And so I understand why birthdays can be so complicated for a lot of people, but for me, I love, I mean, I'm also a Cancer Venus, like I'm a sentimenty girly. So I treat it as a very like sentimental and special time. And this birthday was the theme of the year. Hard, harder for me than compared to, especially compared to my 30th birthday. Oh my God, last year I was in Tahoe. I was like, just felt like this like ethereal goddess. Like I was at the peak of my business as well. Like my business was doing in fucking incredible. Things were really, really good. Things were really, really good. And this year, leading up to it, so now I'm turning 31, I'm officially in my 30s. I'm not just 30. I'm feeling really embarrassed. I'm like, girl, you are 31 years old. Our bank account is struggling to stay alive. Uh, I just, when you think of being in your 30s and being 31, at least my concept, like my preconception, my conception, my perspective. I don't know if I'm finding the right word, but I just thought I'd be somewhere different. I was like, girl, how did we end up here? I'm feeling a little embarrassed and I'm feeling a little depressed because I just didn't think we'd be so lost still. Like I still felt so lost, which is why Throne of Glass really helped me. And I really resonated with our our girl Aylin's story because she says multiple times and just like cry and it cries about it. It's just like I'm just so lost, and I'm like, girl, me too, me too. And I I didn't know how I wanted to celebrate. I didn't feel like I had a lot to celebrate besides the fact where it's like, yeah, girl, like we made it a whole nother year. Like that in itself is a celebration, but like, holy fuck, like what what are we doing? Like this is just being incredibly depressed and embarrassed is also not why we came here either. You know what I mean? For months now at this point, because now we're in August, and I want to say we're going on like a good 3 months downward hill. I mean, it's already literally again from January, it was already this is going down. We were going down, but it but now we've really kind of hit a new rock bottom. And I can't blame my Saturn return. I can't blame a retrograde. I mean I could, but not for this long. You know what I mean? Like I can only like look at myself really hard in the mirror, right? But I knew that I needed to make some changes. And I was holding out for, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna celebrate. 31 is turning a new chapter. It's turning a new leaf. Like, we are gonna reclaim our life back. And we are going to start reclaiming that life back when we go on this trip. My friend who's reading Throne of Glass with me, while we're reading it, um, I use an app called Marco Polo. I don't know if anyone else like even uses it. We started using it during COVID. It's a video messaging app where which like really, especially because like we're on different time zones. I love it because sometimes like of course then I it is important to of course like actually have like being able to talk back and forth in real time with people. But sometimes when life is just so busy, um I love just being able to like see my friend and leave a voice and like literally just leave a video message. And I mean, I take her like I take my girls on Marco Polo everywhere with me. It's like a true it's like a vlog podcast. We're in the car, we're in the store, we're making dinner, we're putting our dishes away. It, and it's so great. And so we've been talking on that, of course, to go over the book and everything. And what chapter did you get to? It was just the whole experience was so fun. And while we were reading, she was like, I absolutely love talking about this with you. And this has been so fun. And again, if you guys are going to start reading Throne of Glass, like I cannot recommend enough to read it with a friend. I don't know how I would have survived if I just like read that entire story and like didn't have anyone to talk to about it. And I just had to like live with myself and like everything that happens. Like I think I would have actually gone more insane than I already like was going. But she was like, I love talking about this with you. I think it'd be really cool if we read the last book together. And I'm like, done. Meanwhile, do either of us have the money to go on a trip right now? No. But did we need to do it for our souls? Absolutely. Absolutely. So she lives in North Carolina. I live in California. We were originally going to try to do like Northeast, like vibes, like coastal, maybe like New England, like coastal vibes, giving like August folklore, Taylor Swift moment. But that was incredibly expensive. So, um, we decided to meet in Colorado. This is one of our, because we're also celebrating our 10-year friend anniversary this year as well. She celebrated, I met her when I was 20 and she celebrated my 21st birthday with me. Now I just turned 31, which is wild. This girl has truly seen me through, I mean, she met me when I was in college. She's seen me through all of my phases and has also been with me through a lot of them as well, like even physically. Just God, I love her. I'm so grateful for her. And she's always been a friend that made it easy to like dream with. And I believe like all of course like you're like Megan like what, do you not have friends that you can dream with? And it's like no, that's not necessarily the case. That's not what I'm saying. But I think because of the history of our friendship like we grew up in the same town. Like we're hometown girlies together and dreamed about getting out and taking these road trips and doing all this stuff. And one of the places that we always wanted to go together was Breckenridge, Colorado. And so we're like, let's go. And I haven't seen this girl in person. I've seen her over video every single day, but I haven't seen this girl in person since her wedding in 2021. And let me tell you, this trip was so healing. I might start crying. This trip was so healing for me. Like, I did not realize how much I needed to just be in the same vicinity with someone that knew me, like, truly knew me frontwards, backwards, sidewards, inside out, and has seen me through everything. Just to even like talk about like where each other like live now and refer to like, oh, it's kind of like this place, which is like a town near where we both grew up, and just like being like, I know exactly what you're talking about. um it was really special. It was really special. And of course, then like reading the last book of this series, which is one of the most insane like books in general. It's almost 1,000 pages. We started it before we got there. It was just like it was just an incredible it was an incredible experience, and just having long talks on the balcony and going out in nature and reading our books all day and getting tattoos and just like being girls. Like I I came home and Jason, I truly felt like I was getting back from my own little like ayahuasca ceremony, like the come down from like a trip like that like just having conversations that completely expand you, and reading this epic fucking book like series, 8 books worth, and knowing that like I'm never going to hear from any of these characters ever again, and like also again like the experience and the joy for me, like that's what really I think made even this series so special, was like having experiencing this with my friend, and like having her, oh my God, just like having her in my life, and like having her just to like be a lifeline for me. I like came back from this trip and I literally like I bawled my eyes out to Jason, because I'm like I truly can't put into words like how impacted I am by the entire concoction of it all. And it was the catalyst for everything to change. Because this trip was also like 4 days after my birthday, 3 days after my birthday. So that trip sparked a lot within me. We both are very creative people. We love to write. And so, we, of course, now that we don't have a book to talk about, I'm like, well, I still obviously need to talk to you every day. We're obviously going to still read books together. We read, um, for me, it was the last Emily Henry book that I had to read. Because I read all of her other ones. I like flew through Emily Henry at this as like my palate cleanser in between Throne of Glass. Whew, Jesus. We read Beach Read together once we were done with Kingdom of Ash. But anyway, we we set goals for ourselves. We set creative goals. And this trip just taught me and really showed me how much I missed my creativity. I missed feeling creative, and I missed creating things just to create them. Like realizing that all the stuff that I've been creating has been with the intent to either sell something or make money in some way. And I understand like that's what a business is, but that's what if that's all you're doing as someone who is deeply creative, like I truly felt like my well is run dry. Like, and I missed just creating to create. I missed even being on here to just be on here and connect and talk and just be a human. I missed my creativity. I missed creating. I missed connection. And I missed feeling like myself and actually taking care of myself because I feel like I've just kind of been rotting away slowly into like this shell of a human being that now all of a sudden just didn't know what she wanted anymore. If the life that she was creating even is the life that she wanted and the career that she wanted and the business, like it was so much. It was so much. And so all of this has brought me to today, into Virgo season. Thank fucking God. I love Virgo season. I love Virgo season so much. Maybe it's because my I have a Virgo Mars, but it's not like I have like hella Virgo placements, like even like six, I don't have a lot of sixth house placements. So I just the energy of Virgo, and this is coming from a Leo, like I truly love this time of year. Like again, the ver what am I even saying? The the urge to just rearrange all the rooms in your house, the urge to deep clean every single room in your house, the urge to start actually cooking real food for yourself. I'm pointing at myself. The urge to actually get your body moving again and your health moving again and setting goals. Like Virgo season for me is like a breath of fresh air. It truly feels like a new start. And it just makes sense. It's also when school starts again. Like it just all like makes sense again. Like I'll never shut up about astrology, just genuinely making sense. Like if you have brain cells and you're able to just think about things and recognize patterns, like, and you can just open up your mind a little bit to like the possibility that like maybe there's something with the planets and the stars and energy, like it's like not as crazy and as woo woo as you would think. Like it just makes fucking sense. But anyway, that's a whole other tangent. But I now feel like I have entered into an entirely new chapter of my life. I feel like I'm building momentum. I'm eating real food. I'm actually feeding myself, which is great. 'Cause I wasn't. I wasn't. So, actually feeding myself and actually eating food is really, really great. And like whole, like real whole foods, like not crackers, like just like random like peanut butter and jelly, even though love a good peanut butter and jelly. I really do. My lunch literally every single day growing up at school. Um, Maybe that's why I just like had to love it because like that was literally my lunch every single day. Like, how did I survive? Like, I literally I still and like I guess that's just like a child's metabolism. Like, I would like I just like, when you think of just like traditional school, it's like I'd be waking up at 5:30 in the morning. Okay. going down, like eating cereal, then and like cereal, like Lucky Charms, Cookie Crisp. That's what I ate in the morning. Then get on a bus by like 6:45. God, so fucking early. That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere. I don't think I'd have lunch until like it depended what period of lunch I was. I forget around the time. But then for that lunch, I had literally just a single peanut butter jelly sandwich. That's it. And then I would somehow make it the rest of the day at school. Like, how did we have brain power to think? Like, this is like such a weird tangent. But, and then I would go dance for hours and not drink, also, this entire time, not drink a single sip of water. Like, how did I live? How did we all live? I know I'm not the only one, especially with the water thing. I mean, look at me. Like, we're all like this. Like, it's literally, how did we survive? No water. Absolutely none. You could not carry water bottles. Water fountains were fucking gross. Like, I would go to dance also with no water because because I wasn't used to carrying a water bottle. And, I love my mother, but, she just, it was every man for himself when it came to things like that. So I I find it to be so interesting, but that's just like the era that I'm in right now. I'm actually feeding myself. I'm actually drinking water. What a concept. I actually have energy in my day. I'm writing again. I'm writing again. And it feels really good. And I'm writing something completely different. I'm not writing to sell. I'm not channeling inspired, like profound words of wisdom, though, of course, I love all of that, obviously. But I'm writing something completely different. And I've just been really loving it. It's been really feeding my inner child. And it's just been helping me share my voice in a different way and connect with myself in a different way and challenge myself in a different way. And it's been really incredible. And then, of course, comes all of the changes in the space that we're in right now in my world. After a lot of thinking and a lot of journaling and a lot of also getting the support that I needed to spark that. Because again, like I did not touch my business after I got back from Jersey. So I want to say chalk it up to July 4th. I did not touch my business. Besides obviously taking care of my clients that I have right now, which is my favorite part. My favorite part. Um, so like my sessions have been amazing, but when it came to like offer creation, selling anything, bringing new people in, I didn't touch it. I didn't know, and I didn't know how to touch it. And so finding someone that could help me unlock and unpack my own answers to help me truly understand like what is really going on and ask me the right questions. Ask me the right questions so I could find my own answers based on my own unique energy and not just like a formula that's supposed to be universal that applies to everybody. And I realized when I stripped back the layers, I have two consistent, concrete things I love. And it comes so naturally to me to coach and to heal. I have incredible intuition and incredible natural gifts where I'm able to see very deeply. And even through just conversating with you, don't even have to get into meditation. We are able to unpack so much, and I'm able to just channel the just innately the questions and point out the patterns and really get to the core of what you are really looking for and what you're really craving and what you're really trying to tell me so we can actually make the changes and the shifts in your life that are actually going to satisfy you and fulfill you. I truly do help women transform their lives and men and people, folks of all, as long as they're open to it. I really do help transform your life by helping you master your energy. They're helping you understand how you navigate the world using astrology and human design. And so we're shifting your reality using the quantum field, using your energy, and learning how to master your energy to become the director of your life. That was really profound when I heard someone say that. Because I've always been a main character girly, and we all are still the main characters of our lives. But I realized that being the main character of your life can still feel a little reactionary. We're reacting and we're moving through. I want you to star in your show, but I also want you to direct it too. I want you to learn how to direct your own ship so your main character can thrive. And human design, for me, is the tool that helps you get there. And so, same magical Megan, different names, different like onboarding structure a little bit, but same magical Megan, just a little different. And this time it actually just feels really grounded. It feels really grounded and it feels really good. I love connecting with people and I love going deep. And so for me, like my one-on-one work is where I'm focusing on as much as I also love free communities. I need to be aware of my energy and how much capacity I really do have and where I want to pour myself into. And so for me, I want to pour myself into the relationships that I have with my clients and bringing new people into the world, like into my world and holding them while they're here with me. And so you can book a one-on-one quantum shift session with me where I break down the key, your strongest, natural, greatest gifts that you have using your astrology and human design. And we can together start to uncover where in life these are either being expressed or unexpressed, right? what you are looking for in your life, how you want to direct your life, and using astrology, human design, quantum healing to really begin to understand the blockages and help you begin to become more expressed. That's quantum shift. That is the quantum shift. And then I also have my longer term coaching space to dive deep because this is a process. Learning how to master your energy is a process. And from someone that has gone without support for a very long time, it's incredible when you finally find someone that can see you, that can hold you, that sees you beyond also your lowest moment too. Like they see the light in you. They know where you're going. They know who you are and who you can be. And it's just having someone there to help hold the lantern a little bit while you find your own way out of the cave, right? That's what I'm here to do. That's what I love to do. And so that's just what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to help people that are ready to take control of their lives, like I am in the season of taking control of mine. And right, and right. So, and of course I'm still on Instagram and all of that, but I'm not as um I really want to focus on writing and creating from a place of joy and expansion. When it comes to selling and all of that, I don't know. For me, I think I'm in a season of I want people to find me or word of mouth from me. And if they feel the magic, if they feel me and they want to go all in, they'll find my podcast, they'll find me, they'll find their way. But I no longer want to feel like, and I think that's what a true expression of a projector is, right? We are just, we're a lighthouse, we're beacons, and we let ourselves be seen and heard, of course. And when people are ready to come in, the door is open. But I no longer need to, I no longer need to overwater a plant. That's how I've been describing my business lately. Oh, well, over this summer is just overwatering a plant, wanting it to grow so badly that I keep watering it and watering it. And so that's my big update. That's my new news. And I'm really excited. I'm really happy. And I'm really hopeful. I'm really, really hopeful. And of course, I'm still on the integrate train, but there's opportunities in my world right now that I'm really excited about, and I'm just really excited to enter the world again. And so I actually have pre-recorded episodes that now that this is come forward, you'll start to see them make their way. Thank you to the guests that have been patient with me. It just didn't feel right. I don't, yeah, being an entrepreneur is very interesting, like trying to remain neutral, but your business is so much a part of you. And it's just, I don't know how some of the girlies do it. I just am so, I'm just an artist, just a girl. Literally just a girl trying not to have thoughts about Throne of Glass enter my mind every 30 seconds and have fun. I'm really ready to have fun with the world again, and it feels like a breath of fresh air. There's more on the back end that I will save for another episode. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at. My brat summer, but also very much in parentheses rat because it was, it was a bed rot. It was a bed rot summer for me. But I'm finally coming out of my cage. I'm finally doing just fine. And, you know, I'm just really hopeful. I'm really excited for fall. I'm really, I'm your typical white girl that just loves fall so much. So we're doing our morning pages, we're going on artist dates, I'm just, I think I'm really owning my identity as being a creative and letting my business truly be my passion and my life's work and actually letting it be my life's work and not um hate myself because I my life goal career isn't happening in like 2 months. You know, feels really good to relieve some of that pressure because let me tell you. Oh, also, ashwagandha has really been doing wonders for me and my anxiety as well. So if you're really struggling with that, I recommend it. Um, because yeah, my anxiety this summer was also off the charts. Off the charts. But I'm here marking myself safe from this summer because that was wild. And I'm really hopeful. And I'm really excited just to continue to connect with you. This is going to be like truly a sacred space, I think, where I'm going to just share the most because I feel just very comfortable here, cuddled up with my girlies. And yeah, this is where I really want us to connect. Having my only task of the day is wondering what to post on Instagram and then like constantly checking Instagram and like I can't do like my I truly can't do it anymore. So like I'm still active. I check on my desktop. Literally. I don't have it on my phone anymore. Because I just can't. At least that's the season that I'm in for now. But I think really that's all she wrote. I have links in the show notes for my one-on-one sessions with me. If you're um if you're new to my world, the way to get into my coaching packages, like my long-term coaching packages, is to um book that one-on-one session with me. If you're not new and you've been with me and you've experienced my work and you want to go deeper, you can shoot me an email, you can shoot me a DM, and we can chat about it and like what will work. I'm going to come up with obviously like new web pages and stuff like that. I haven't done that yet. Usually I like rush to like have everything all perfect and ready. And I'm working on that. Um I'm working on just letting things evolve naturally and considering I haven't touched my business in months and this is like my first touch point of like actually creating something for my business that isn't like I think the last few things I've posted have just been like lifestyle. Like me on my in my book on my book trip. So me like a birthday post, you know. So reach out. You know where to find me. I love you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you for holding space for me. I really do love connecting with y'all in this way. And truly, there are times where like, I wish, I'm like, fuck, like, I wish I could be that perfect spiritual girly that can just hop on here and say that I have all the answers and say that I have this perfect practice and this perfect business and this perfect life. And I've got it going on and I have the secret sauce that you don't have, but I truly don't. And that's not who I want to be. And it's not who I want to claim to be. I'm just very human, wanting to help other humans be human. Hmm. With that, it's getting to be about that time. I'm going to like literally, I'm sorry, but like the way that my the light is catching my eyes right now, like, are you serious? Enough. Okay. I love y'all so much. I hope this was fun to listen to. I know it was genuinely all about me, but I like to think that I'm a good storyteller and I like to think that stories are medicine. And I hope that if anyone else has been going through a weird fucking summer, because I've talked to a few people now at this point, and I think we've all kind of had a weird summer. Maybe not all. Everyone can just, you can let me know. Send me a DM, send me an email. If if your summer was weird too. But I'm hoping that my story can just help normalize continuing to figure it out. And even though I'm 31 and not necessarily where I thought I was going to be, I'm definitely so grateful that I am where I am and that this entire journey brought me so I can be in this place. And maybe it's just I'm talking as a girl in her follicular phase. You know what I mean? Give it a few weeks. Bring me into my maybe when I hop on my luteal phase, it'd be a different. But but I'm hopeful and I hope this helped in like any way. And I'm really looking forward to being in this space more and just sharing stories and just just being cute spiritual girlies together. Okay. I love y'all so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, rest of your week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.